James Cleverly has come out and has said something which I think is apposite and needs saying, and I'm going to repeat the same sort of thing. Let me begin with a confession. I quite like Nigel Farage. I like him in the way that one might like a charismatic villain in a novel. Compelling, entertaining, occasionally brilliant, not to be trusted with the keys to the realm. Farage is affable, he's witty, he's clubbable. You could share a pint with him and find yourself against your better judgment laughing, but precisely that, is what makes him so dangerous. Farage is without question the most talented political communicator in Britain today. He makes Keir Starmer sound like a spreadsheet. He makes Kemi Badenoch seem rehearsed or badly rehearsed. He can read a room, he can shape a message, he can sell outrage like a barrow boy sells oranges. And Sir James Cleverly, no naive himself, put it succinctly. He's smart, funny, interesting, a very good communicator, a very clubbable person. It's rare to hear such open praise across party lines, and Cleverly deserves credit for his honesty. Yet Cleverly goes on to make a crucial distinction. Farage is, in essence, a solo act. There's no team, there's no shadow cabinet, there's no programme for government. He's a front man without a band, and for all his rhetorical skill, he falls apart under scrutiny, particularly when asked to explain how his populist promises are meant to be paid for. Every so often there's a disaster interview. Now, let's be clear, I don't believe Nigel Farage is a racist, but I do believe, and the evidence bears this out, and I've had personal experience, that he has consistently indulged racism in others. He's flirted with xenophobia, he's winked at conspiracy theories, and that matters. It matters because leadership isn't just about what you say, it's about what you permit, what you excuse, what you leave unchallenged. And Farage has made a career out of playing footsie with the unacceptable, of inviting villains into the room and then claiming surprise when the stench becomes overwhelming. I'm not shallow. And this willingness to whitewash nastiness is not limited to race, it's a pattern. He indulges the anger, nourishes the grievance, sidesteps the responsibility. In short, he sets fire and then complains about the smoke. Farage is at heart an opportunist. He's a master of diagnosis, but allergic to prescription. Everything he offers is easy. Cut taxes, raise spending, stop the boats, fix the NHS, instantly, effortlessly, magically. But when pressed for figures, for delivery, for a timetable or a team, he withers. Cleverly nails it. Farage crumbles when asked to cost his policies, because the truth is he doesn't have policies, he has vibes. He doesn't have a plan, he has a posture. Reform UK under Farage is not a political party, it's in any traditional sense, it's a grievance machine. It thrives not on solutions but on anger, not on governance but on theatre, and its recent foray into local councils, many of them now led by giddy, inexperienced novices, is about to test where the rage alone can collect the bins. Oh, and this isn't to make some sort of ageist side swipe at Finch down the road from me in Warwick County Council, who's only 19. Well, at only 19, Alexander the Great had conquered half the world. So 19 is not something I think it's not impossible to function at 19. Just impossible to function if you're a Reform UK politician. So why do I say all this? Why bother to admit admiring someone when I oppose that person so strongly? Because if we cannot separate style from substance, we risk losing the argument. We risk sounding shrill, or worse, dishonest. Acknowledging Farage's gifts is not surrender, it's strategy. It is in fact a moral imperative. It's something that we have to do. To combat populism, we must be more persuasive than it is. To do that, we must understand why it seduces. And part of that is reorganizing the charm, the humour, the easy fluency. It's real, but it's not enough. We must say, yes, he's good on camera, but no, he's not right. Yes, he's charming, but no, he's not good. Yes, he's relatable, but that doesn't make him responsible. Yes, he may speak for some of your anger, but he won't solve your problems because he never stays long enough to face the consequences of his own decisions. So yes, like Cleverly, I like Farage, but I'm utterly convinced that he is wrong. He's wrong as a person, he's wrong for Britain. I believe in accountability in institutions, in complexity, and he doesn't. And I don't want a country run by slogans and smirks. And I think from that point of view, Kemi Badenoch is wrong, and so is Keir Starmer. So let's get it all on the table. But the wrongest of the wrong is Farage. But let's praise his gifts, because he's got gifts that Starmer and Badenoch can't even contemplate. Let's laugh at his jokes. But let's not mistake the charm, and let's admit he's charming, because some people in YouTube think that charming means good. They're wrong. Charming means means affable. Charming comes from the old witching idea that you're possessed, that you've been spooked. Charming is a form of magic. But let's not mistake that for reality. Let's not mistake affability for leadership. Britain deserves better than a rebel without a plan.